Online Racing is sponsored by Elgato, who created this lovely stream deck. For more information about the stream deck, the link is in the description below.
Howdy, howdy, howdy everybody, and welcome to the AOR Formula 3 Season 2 Round 10 here at the historic Silverstone. I am Austin Knight, and I am joined by Simon. Simon, how are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Just good?
Yeah, I've been having a day also. Yeah, just good, relaxed. Go.
Well, I am doing just fantastic. We're here on iRacing, and we're getting ready to go in qualifying. All of the drivers getting ready. Some of us are not here personally. Some of us taking the day off. Some of us are commentary-wise taking the day off. Some of the commentary is new. I'm new. King decided to substitute me in there, so howdy, howdy, howdy. Hope you guys like an American streaming over stuff.
Who doesn't like an American streaming or stuff? That's what emo is known for, really.
That's why I'm here. We're here at Silverstone, the historic layout from pre-2010. Track length of 5 kilometers, 10 corners. Track temperature is at 22 Celsius, and the air temperature is also at 22 Celsius. In American terms,
yeah,
I have no idea what that means.
Welcome to Europe. Silverstone, a very historic track, hosted the very first Formula 1 Grand Prix back in 1950. This is the old, as you mentioned, this is still the old layout, the bridge layout. However, just to mention, the 2018 version of the track, I believe, 2018 and 2017 version of the track is coming after the end of the season.
Yeah, so we are all looking forward to that. As for where is King, he's taking a well-deserved day off, like Nicholas has just said, and he deserves it, so credit.
Yeah.
Some credit.
I mean, sometimes you just need a day off. Not you can't be there every single day for everything. Although I know someone who's racing here, whose national day is happy Norwegian National Day to Knut Madsen, car 20 in the field.
There we go. I finally got everything working. Sorry about that. Little awkward silence. I just had to get everything outgoing. But we're here in qualifying right now, so let's hide all this stuff and pull up the qualifying as the first times are coming in on the board. Simon Grossman is the first one across the line, and he puts in the fastest time of a 1:28.069 on his first lap. He's trying for...
Say, oh wow!
Whoa!
Yeah, no, I should just talk about it. Simon Grossman did 1:28.069. Muscle Fassbender just put on a time of 1:28.069. Identical time.
We have a tie. The gap is 0-0-0. Ladies and gentlemen, take out your cameras. That's impressive.
Yeah, Fassbender is a very fast guy. I don't know how much you've been watching of this, but Fassbender is a guy who likes to qualify. I believe he is the guy to qualify on pole most, both with the feature race, which is what we are coming up now, and for the sprint race later on.
Yeah, feature race first, sprint race second, as everyone is going through this timing screen of just 5 minutes left. But what a lap by Fassbender and Grossman to get exactly the same times. It probably will change right now because Grossman's coming across the line for his second lap, so he might improve, might not. Oh, no, he doesn't.
Oh, here he is.
Oh.
Here he is.
Rene
this
takes it.
Rene, reigning champion, referee trainer Rene Osterkamp just decides to do what he does best, which is utterly annihilate the entire field.
Yeah, Yeah, the lap by Rene was very quick indeed, putting him into first. Well, 127.759, 3/10 ahead of second place. We're riding on board with him as he takes us around a little small lap here at the historic Silverstone track. He's coming through Club right now, and gets a little bit of understeer, snap oversteer, comes to a very defunct DRS line, and he's actually going to take a left turn into Tunnel and down the farm straight. What is the historic Silverstone? Let's take a little stroll back into time. This is what Luffield and Brooklands used to look like.
Yeah, a very, very, very different section that what we know. Brooklands, especially just being a very slow, long left hand, and the entire both under the bridge, like the two corners, which you may not, which you if you start watching after the Silverstone rework, the two corners.
Okay.
That's Osterkamp.
Just doing a little practice start.
Yep.
From the pole position, because he knows where he's going to start.
He does. He seems to really know where his place is. Fassbender is around to finish off his last time, I believe.
Yeah, it's coming through Luffield right now. Fassbender currently at a 122. I don't think this will be faster than his 33.5, and yeah, he's going to the pits for the Sim RC solo car.
Qualifying, just to reiterate, qualifying here for the feature it's 10 minutes long, and they have three laps to set a time. Once the 3 laps are over, you might you can't set a time. As stuff, I think just made a mistake. Somewhere is that?
Summers jumps up into P12. 128.847. 1 second behind of Osterkamp, defending series champion. And that is the Team AOR blue driver stopping on the straight. Everyone's pretty much stopping because qualifying is just now ending. We do have lap limitation on qualifying, so not a lot of people are going to... Some like to start off the track day early, some want to start the track day at the end. So we're seeing a few of the end guys who like to know what they're going up against go out right now. And we're watching Bruno Dominator, currently in 13th place right now. Number 16 car for the Sim Sport News Racing team. I know that team name goes on for long, but it's just cut off for me, so... Sim Sport News.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like, and it's a relatively short lap time we have here. I think it's only a minute and a half. We did actually have a bit of a problem. It was only one, like usually you will have people make it in time with a few minutes to spare, like you would have in official racing. Though we did have a minor problem with Spa having to be extended by 5 minutes, simply because people couldn't get out and get around in time to do all 3 laps. But generally, we had Road Atlanta last week, where people were done with like 5 minutes to go.
Yeah, Spa definitely needs to be extended because it is the longest. Track on the calendar. We're looking at David Boutier, also the other Sport News team. He's in P19, and he's also the last car on track for his qualifying lap, and I believe he's coming through Luffield right now. He is completing his last lap. Or is his first lap, actually? So I believe his first lap was invalidated.
Yeah, he's coming around to start. That was the final lap he's coming. Oh,
Yeah, that was it.
He's done.
Yeah, he invalidated his first lap.
Yeah.
He comes across the line in P19 after setting a 1:29.507, and we are all out right here.
Yep. Take like 5 seconds after qualifying. Well, just let's go for the grid.
Yeah, we got our grid right now. Osterkamp starts on the front row, followed by Grossman, Fassbender in third, Olstein in 4th. Phil Ilbrich in 5th. Herman in 6th. I'm going to mess up a few of these names. I'm sorry.
He's American. Just...
Okay, cool. Oh, I'm American. Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that. Kessler in 7th. Gatormeyer in 8th. Reed in 9th. Kimi Laursen in 10th. Venardi in 11th. Dominator in 12th. Summers in 13th. Dove in 14th. Martison is in 15th. Ryan is in 16th. Emre is in 17th, and he's followed up by Bennett. The last spots are the grid is Boutier, Morris, position 21. That's blank for me for some reason. Sloman, Schmidt, and Boucher. And starting off last is Santana in the P25 spot. We're just getting ready to go racing. Bring up the timing screen and get everyone on the grid right now. They're lining up and getting ready to go.
Well, going up, we're currently just missing 3 drivers to get racing. But yeah, Silverstone shouldn't end down into Cops Corner. I mentioned how to see how people approach Cops Corner for lap 1. Usually not what you used to see. Now you may get used to seeing Appy as turn 1. But Cops should have the space for people to go clean as we have the lights coming on.
Alright, it's 5 red lights.
Green, green, green.
And away they go for round 10 here at historic Silverstone. Great start. Look at the red. Everyone's going crazy. Here they come into Cops.
Amazing stuff by Paul Ilbrink, but to go from P5.
Oh, there's a car upside down. We got a car upside down.
Oh,
that's Kimi Laursen upside down. Yep,
yeah,
that is Kimi Laursen. Let's take a look at that replay right here. That is Kimi Laursen flipping all upside down. Let's take a look at that restart. Nope, that is too far back. Never mind. That's very unfortunate for Kimi Laursen, who retired. He's being towed right now.
What happened then was that Dominic Gainway, I think, got a touch by one of the AOR wreck cars, got onto the grass on the outside of the Cops, and just spawned back into the track, hit Kimi Laursen. I think Alexis Boucher of Bruno Dominator. Yeah.
What a massive incident at the start of the race. As Osterkamp and Grossman are just leading out everybody. They're coming through Brooklyn. So there's the car spinning around. That was Connor R. Ryan spinning around. And he's in the... Well, he got his car back onto the track, but he just went spinning around outside of Brooklands. So massive incident-filled first lap here in Silverstone.
See a few more cars coming in. Daniel Morris and Conor Ryan probably to fix stuff. I think it might have been Daniel Morris who caused the initial incident with Laursen and Gaydon.
Looking at the field right now, we're looking at Holston from Comrade Gaming. He's battling with Paul Ilbrich and Marcel Fassbender. Fassbender fell down to P5, not having the greatest of starts. And look down the inside, that is Phil Reed and Herman. And Stefan Herman, but somebody goes extremely wide. That is Phil Reed.
That's Phil Reed. Phil Reed tried to go around the outside of Herman into Stove, and he just couldn't. Super wide. Took it across the gravel and rejoined. Well, 3 places down, beat down.
Alright, as we look at down through the field, trying to find other battles going on, we need to rejoin in on Phil Reed after that very unfortunate back end incident out of Stowe, but he's charging up the back of Sarah Doves. She's moved up to 9th place. Phil down in 10th as Oskamp sets new fastest lap as he leads out this field. But look at Phil Reed going up the inside, coming into Cops. He's on their back bumper. But he just goes a bit out and onto the astroturf. He goes kicking up a bit of dust, and that closes in Luca Virani into that P10 spot as they go in through Maggots, Beckett's, and Chapel.
Well, that battle coming off for P3. Elbring is trying. It's having Christopher Hoshin and Master Fassbender right behind him. And it is a similar mistake from one of these, and all of a sudden they've lost the position.
We have a few questions in chat. Have there already been pitting cars? Yes, we have 2 cars in the pits that were involved in that lap 1 incident. Dominic Gatorman, Kimi Laursen, who is still getting his repairs done after being flipped over, and David Santana, I believe, has retired from the race. And the 3 cars that pit are Daniel J. Morris, Connor R. Ryan, and Bruno Dominator. They're out of the pits and onto track right now.
I think Morris, Dominator, Gatorman, Laursen were the initial people. Who the people in the initial turn 1 contact we had done there with Laursen flipping. I think Laursen has officially retired, but yeah, Laursen has officially retired, so has Gatorman. Santana never started the race. I think Morris went in to just make sure the car was alright after his spin.
On board with Holston right now as he's trying to chase down Phil Ilbrink for P3. They're coming down the Hanger Straight. Look at Phil. He goes to the very outside of the track, trying to break off all the slipstream and run from Holston and break that slipstream. So they're coming up to Cots right now, and up out of nowhere, look at Fassbender! Jumping up into P4 on the inside of Stowe.
Just on to question, Chad. It's too far back to try and show the thermal crash. Because it's hard to go back so far.
I tried going to the very start of it. I ended up going to the qualifying session, so yeah, we're avoiding that right now. We'll show you a replay after this race ends.
Also, Charlie Summers just passed P7 and is now storming away to try and catch up to the little pack ahead of him with Holstein, Fassbender, Herman.
Ignore that. Apparently people were knocking on my window.
I was when I was...
I'll be right back.
Running off the camp is just on a charge, setting fastest lap after fastest lap right now. Meanwhile, Simon Grossman, his teammate, is also saying personal best, which is by far faster than any. Which is by far faster than what Ilbring, Fassbender, Holstein behind them are doing. Wow, battle's still done here. The raid is now looking to go past Patrick Kessler. That will be for P8, so he can go up and join up with, get behind teammate. Yeah, teammate. Third raid on Patrick Kessler.
We rejoin in on this battle between Phil Reed and Kessler as they're coming up into Brooklyn's right now. Phil Reed dancing on the back end of the Sim RC car. He's just defending as much as he can as they go through Brooklands.
No further field. That's the battle, so that's the current battle throughout the field. There's some minor gaps forming between certain groups, but like there's bigger groupings around the place. For example, Alex Bennett is currently trying to get by Jordan Pierce. Compared to when I was racing for Zobia, it's very best VR race ever.
Yeah, some minor gaps forming between these cars. Oxcamp has a gap. 1 second gaps forming between these cars. The closest gap is right now between Phil Reed. We do have a gap between Holston and Fassbender. Looks like Reed looking like he could close in that gap on Kessler.
Dolphus spun at Chapel, I think. Sarah Dawes. Yeah, she spun down by Chapel. Lost quite a few positions by that.
We're a bit too far away to go into that, so we're going to go back live.
Oh, that goes straight. Long straight. Got it.
Phil Reed shoots up ahead of Kessler, and yep, he's up into P8.
Kessler size behind the old AOR teammate Charlie Thomas in front of him. Teammate in name, but not in standings. And with teammate of blue with teammate Laursen is coming up. Meanwhile, Herman is pressing hard and Holstein in front of them. Oh, his Fassbender is also starting to put a bit of pressure on Paul Ilfring for being brave.
Sorry about the quietness, everyone. Just trying to fix some little thing that just showed up. Let's go back to Fassbender and Paul, as these guys are battling out for the last podium spot so far, with 30 minutes remaining in race 1.
Yeah, actually, it's a bit of change in the bike. Still, this remote top 20 gets points here. Mommy Sluman just on the inside of Jordan Pierce into Stowe. Oh, just want to make them hit. Bennett passed them past Pierce a few laps ago. Now it's Sarah Duff's turn to get past. Outside of Klopp. She sticks that somehow. Nice move.
Look at Sarah Duff. They're going side by side, coming down the farm turn and underneath tunnel as they go into Brooklands. But yeah, Sarah Duff moving up into P16, out right under Jordan Pierce too. That blink spot that you see on our timing screens, that is Jordan Pierce's time slot. I'm not sure why. I think numbers are not good for our little time tower, as Kimmy Laursen has posted in a chat. Well, yeah, you went flipping, so yeah.
Usually, it is not recommended to go on your route. At least that's I believe that's like one of the rules of racing. Never end on your route. Something bad has happened then.
As somebody who's landed on the roof multiple times, I can agree with them. Sarah Duff, she is challenging Marvin Sloman. They're coming down Hanger Straight. Here comes Dove up the inside. Can she fly like a dove? And yes, she does get it. Moves up into P15.
Similar move. I did AOR Endurance back when everything was broadcast, and we did a test race.
Fassbender going up the inside into Luffield for P4, and he does get on the inside of Christoph Holsten. I'm sorry for interrupting you right there, but that was a close battle going on.
Oh wait, no, that will be Holsten trying to get back P4.
Fassbender got on him. Holsten got past him, and then Fassbender got re-past him.
Fassbender must have made a mistake then, because he was like a second behind, like a lap ago. Also, he's not battling for turn to defend again.
Guys going through Maggots, Beckett, and Chapel. Look at Fassbender. He's already gained up 0.8 seconds on Christopher Holstein, and he's got Stefan Herman right on his tail. And Herman might try to make something of it right here down Hanger Straight, coming into Stowe. All the Comrade Gaming car.
Too far back.
Yeah, he's too far back. Comrade Gaming car of Christopher Holstein staying ahead in P5.
Yeah, when I was mentioning, you'll probably end up seeing quite a few moves going, especially into Stowe. So you have the long pull down we don't have the Wellington straight with this version of the track, which means why you maybe would if we had the new version of the track, which only comes later this year, after the season.
Oh, there's spin!
Oh!
That is her. That's Fassbender.
That's Fassbender.
Fassbender's in the wall. Oh, he's back out. Take a look at that replay. Coming out of Brooklands, Fassbender went for a spin, but he got it onto the track right back there. Very unfortunate for Marcel Fassbender, and he falls down into P6.
Yeah, but also he has to regain rhythm and everything to get back up to pace. And he is being pressured now hard by Charlie Summers for that P6 position, the lucrative P6 position.
Yeah, Charlie Summers of Team AOR Blue trying to go in like a shark on the back of Marcel Fassbender, who rejoined the track right ahead of him. Leaders have not gone into the pits yet after 9 laps of racing. But Rennie Oskamp is pretty much chilling at the front of a comfortable 1.4 second gap to Simon Grossman. Far behind Simon, he has a 2.9 second gap to Paul Ibrank, who has a 3.2 second gap to the battling Stefan Herman and Christoph Holstein. We're going to look at that battle right now. And they're coming down the Hager Straight. We might actually see a move coming from Stefan in the Sim RC Dolphin coming into Brooklands. This is where, oh, I thought I just saw Fassbender looking at that gravel with ease. We saw that tire tracks spinning around out there. He does not want a repeat of last lap.
And oh, the car just snapped there for Fassbender. That's Chalmers now. Side by side. That was weird. Out of the little section there, and the car just snaps on him or something. He just goes out wide.
Yeah, the car will gain grip at random times. You think the car's getting under steer, you do a little bit of correction, then snap over steer. It's the scariest thing in a race car, scariest thing in real life, scariest thing in Sims, and it's just gonna hurt you. And that car setup that Fassbender is doing, it's not being that responsive to his handles, and that's probably what's being the cause of some of his mistakes right here.
Oh yeah, well maybe who knows? I have seen. He could have mined a bit of damage from his spin earlier. He did kind of hard to go out onto the gravel, and I have experience that can give just a tiny bit of damage, and it's enough to affect the car's handling.
I come from the F1 2018 game of commentary, so I do know suspension damage is a thing here on iRacing. I'm not sure what causes it. I know bumps, hard bumps, and gravel do cause it. I have experienced that in the rookie division. So I have very little experience with suspension damage, but I know what causes it. So he might have a bit of suspension damage from earlier on in the race, because I did see he did go off a few times. That's not his first spin. So his car is very twitchy and responsive, but maybe a bit too responsive.
Yeah, no, I have fun. I've done with like all rounds of this, and I've raced the car myself. The car, if you spin it and go across curbs or gravel or something, there is definitely a bit of a chance for you to get damage. And with a spin like the one Fassbender had, that could easily be damaged from his spin, his massive spin he had, which is affecting and settling the car right now.
We're expecting 28 laps in today's race. 22 minutes left on the clock, so we're approaching halfway right now. And the entire field has not gone into the pits yet, except for Demeter, Morris, Ryan, and Schmidt.
Yeah,
they were all coming out of incidents out there, so I must leave that.
All except Schmidt, I believe, Schmidt took a team pit stop recently. He took a pit stop 6 laps ago. Probably tanked by the end of the race. And took his mandatory pit stop to go to the end of the race early on. We have reached, we're touring for 18 minutes out of 22 now. So now you may see people who's going 20 minutes per stint start to come in and take the stops. We have had a slate, I think, and then Salakos we had one take his pit with 7 or 6 minutes to go. And it is a strategy that do work at times, in terms of the big undercut. I think Elbring back at Interlagos at round 2, during the feature, pit is so late that he actually came out ahead, I think, of, it was either Osterkamp or Fassbender, and actually came out in lead. He did end up finishing second, but the strategy worked out, it almost worked out for him.
Alright. Some pit stops can provide a good gap, some of them cannot. I do know the Modern Silverstone, they do have one of the slowest pit lanes, as look at Herman. He's having a run on Holstein, and he might try something at the end. I keep getting Tunnel and Hingerstraight confused, but Herman is closing in on the back of Holstein in the Sim RC Dolphin 179 car.
Yeah, well, both have a British. You can see why you can be a bit confused, but the farm straight is
they both have
quite
bridges.
a bit. Yeah.
That's all I see. I see a bridge.
Yeah. Just so you are informed, the farm bridge, the farm straight is quite a bit shorter than the hangar bridge.
Oh yeah, I've been well aware of that. I know it's shorter, but a little working section. Look at the gap to Osterkamp and Grossman. That gap has fallen down by half a second. Grossman is closing in down on Rene, so either Rene has had a problem or Simon is just putting in some massive laps.
And I think it's the first, because Rene did a 29.2 last time round. Grossman didn't near his personal best, which was a 28.7. So I think it's Rene that's made some kind of mistake somewhere or something. Because his time was falling, not Grossman who's gone quick.
We go down past the 20-minute mark now. Grossman and Osterkamp battle for the lead is closing down right now, and well, I said that, and now the gap's increased.
Yeah, no, Osterkamp does best. When he's made a mistake, he just presses the foot a bit harder, decides to just say bye.
Well, he's definitely saying bye to Grossman right now. Grossman, after closing in, is now dropping back farther down to Osterkamp. His gap now being 1.83 seconds. Our timing showing 1.287. That is updated at the start of each lap.
Actually, there's a minor battle going on at the rear of the field. We have an inter-team battle on track right now with Evan Emre defending against his teammate Kurt Masterson for P11 right now, going from Begets and now Chapel onto Hangar Straight past the DRS balls only meant for the F1 cars in the game. And Masterson is too far back this time around.
Oh,
Summers
a fast bender. They're having a little bit of battle, and that's Summers out on the outside of the track. Coming out of Club Corner, Summers is beach on the outside of the track, did not hit the wall.
Oh.
So his car looks a bit okay, but he drops down into P10.
Yeah, Herman was looking to try maybe do something on Holstein, but he went wide into Brooklands and just lost like half a second on Holstein. I mean, that's back to square one for setting up an attack. As we have the first pit stop, which is Charlie Summers.
So he might have gotten a bit of damage from there.
Maybe. But Summers is over his pit stop.
Alex Bennett's also coming into the pit stops.
spinning at the rear of the shuttle. Almost half. Just someone's back out. 11-second stop
11.1 is
for him.
the time. We've had some guys go into the pit stops for 6.7 seconds and a 7.5 second stop for Alex Bennett. So Charlie Summers did have some damage that he occurred. Also, coming back into the pits is Marvin Slovan going into his first pit stop as well.
Yeah, no. The thing is, now we're gonna start to see the pit stops really become a thing. As also further upwards, we probably start to see people coming and start taking the stops. Interesting. Who's trying to stay so late? Osterkamp and Grossman are staying out. Elbring is coming in. B3 in. Taking the early stop.
Paul going to try to go.
Reed in as well.
Paul's going to try to go in for the undercut as well as Phil Reed. Patrick R. Kessler is also going into the pits. So the pit lane is becoming more crowded. Who's going to win this race out the pit road? They didn't come in very nose-to-tail-y, but it's going to be Paul trying to go for the undercut. After a 6.6 second stop, can he hit the undercut on Holstein and Grossman? These two were leading out each other as a 7.3 second gap.
Wait, I think Osterkamp was button.
Oh, Osterkamp's in third!
Osterkamp has made a mistake Osterkamp has made a mistake out of cops.
I'm looking at the replay right now. That is Osterkamp. He's following another car. Okay.
I've been able to find it out of cops,
it.
right? Loses the rear out of cops and then spins around. You just lost the rear out of cops.
Osterkamp drops down into P3, and these are your top two drivers with Grossman and Osterkamp. Timing says Osterkamp at the top, but this is actually Osterkamp and Holstein and the battle for second. And late dive from Holstein and Osterkamp going into the pits. That leaves Stefan Herman out on track. Simon Grossman also stayed out on track, but Herman and Osterkamp second and third going into the pits.
Yeah, and this is going to be a battle about who can get out first now. Like if Holstein can get out first, that's also he's in for P2.
Ooh, that was a very late
into
they both get into there. I thought Osterkamp may have got in, but a late stop by Osterkamp, and Holstein wins it. There was a bit of contact on the exit of the pit straight. I think somebody hit the wall.
I can't see what that would be though. I
heard contact. There was a contact sound effect.
Yeah, I heard something as well. Well, I can't. There's no contacts from what I can see.
We're just going a bit crazy as Osterkamp's trying for a move around the outside of Stove, slips back in behind of Christoph Holstein, and you know that pit stop from Paul Ilbrink. He pulled off the undercut, and he sits in P5, 2.7 seconds ahead of these two. And also joining these guys on the back, it is Sarah Dove, and she's chasing down Rennie, Osterkamp, and Holstein, but she has not gone to pits. Also, the leader has gone into pits. Grossman has gone into the pits, and that promotes Herman up into P1. Also, Fassbender goes into the pits right now.
Martinson, who is currently P4, is he? No, he's staying out. I think. Yeah, he's staying out. I have a new. Oh, is he actually going to come out ahead of Grossman with a sort of a wrong stop? This is 7.2. I don't know what he wants.
Grossman's coming out onto track it right ahead of Martinson, and here comes Paul. Paul, the second guy to go into the pits, he makes an overtake on Nutt. No, that's not Paul. That is the laps car. Never mind. But Simon goes into the pits.
No, that's not Conor Ryan. Who would that be then?
I don't know.
I think
it's a laps car. That's all.
Grossman is lost in behind Dorf, who's yet to pit.
Gonna rejoin the battle for P5. Look at Rennie Oskamp around the outside of Holstein once again, trying for it but unable to get it. The Sim RC car sitting right on the back of Christoph Holstein, just trying anything he can as they go through club. Still front wing gearbox with these two.
Yeah, and Elbrink currently smiling because he goes on, he is ahead of Cam, which is what he wants. He's still behind Grossman.
Oh, he's trying for it around the tunnel. Coming in to bridge around the outside. Here comes Osterkamp. He's got the inside of Brooklyn's. He's going to force him around into Brooklyn's and Luffield. But it's going to be Osterkamp taking P5 and Holstein falling down to P6.
We just have Herman now currently has come in, so is Kurt Martinson. We'll say Saradov, Dov still stays out. Which means we currently only have two people yet to pit. That is Jordan Pierce, and that is Saradov. Two people left to pit now. Saradov and Jordan Pierce, as Martinson just took his stop. That confirms Simon Grossman in the lead now.
Also, we're looking at Christoph Holstein. He's closing on the back of Rennie Osterkamp for the battle for P3. There's a...
So Dolph is going back ahead of Stefan Herman. Herman will just come out of the pits, and Sarah on slightly new tires.
Yeah, tires are the most worn for Paul Ilbrink. He was going for the undercut, and he promoted himself up into P2. So great strategy move by Paul, moving up into P2 for him, as we're still looking at Christoph Holstein and Rennie Osterkamp. Let's take a look at Stefan Herman versus Dove. Dove, she's been out there for a while. She has not gone into the pits, but
surely she's going to get this lap.
She's staying out.
And that she's going for a very late
Fassbender. Look at Fassbender up the inside. On Phil Reed, Fassbender gets the move on his teammate.
They're right teammate. They are similar to teammates, yes, but they're driving for their own teams in this series.
Phil Reed sneaks it up in there for P7. Great move by Phil to take advantage from Stefan Herman after going into the AstroTurf on the outside of Kopp's corner.
Saradov is now the only person left to pit. She has 9 minutes to get her stuff through, and that is as Jordan Pierce has gone in towards the rear of the field.
That Dove has Fassbender on her tail. Fassbender taking the IndyCar line exit out of Stowe.
The IndyCar, you mean the trick limits racing, right?
That was the joke. Yes.
I mean, if you thought people were abusing turn 19 in Formula 1, you haven't seen it. Those IndyCar, they were miles off the track. Dove keeps it on the inside.
Oh, there goes Dove. There goes Dove.
Yeah.
Going into the
pits keeping on the ride.
That promotes Fassbender up into P5.
And also camera speed in that similar C car. So much speed in it. Well, it's 128.3 last time round. That was a full 6 faster than what Ilbrink did.
That is the new fastest lap of this entire first race here with 7 minutes remaining. It's Grossman leading out Paul Ilbrink, Rennie Osterkamp, followed by Christoph Holstein, Marcel Fassbender, Phil Reed, Herman, Kessler, Ferrari, Summers, Martinez, Emre, Dove, Gutierrez, Bennett, Dominator, Morris, Pierce, Ryan, Sloman, and Schmidt. And everyone
just great. It's Martinson and not Martinez.
Whatever.
He isn't from Hispanic. Actually interesting to know. Philip Morrison actually managed to make that that undercut work, that overcut work, sorry, on Evan Emre. He's now also P11, right ahead of Evan.
Gonna move up into,
by much fresher tires.
Gonna move up into P7. Phil Reed, after that undercut, he's fallen down into. Nope, he did not do the undercut. That was Paul. But Phil Reed under pressure by Stefan Herman for P6.
Yeah, Herman.
And they're trying to chase down Marcel Fassbender up into P5 and make this a 3-car battle.
Oh, Chase. Fassbender is a very fast guy. Usually, if you're near him, he's probably just gonna leave you in the dust. Unless, of course, your name is René Osterkamp or Paul Wilbrink. Yeah, Herman on 3 laps fresher tires, pressing Phil Reed hard to try and get that P6. But it'll be interesting to see why he tried to make the move. He has fresh tires, as I said, but these tires do last a long time with good grip for most of the race. But we'll see it'll be interesting to see where Herman decides to try and put in a move if he does one. Those guys actually have a bit of a gap down to Patrick Kessler behind them. Looking to coming to Brooklands now. And it's just looking really for now. As Bennett and Domita is going side by side through cops. That's Domita that comes out of that one best too. It goes out to P14.
That replay of Bennett versus Demeter. Demeter on the back end as they're coming into Stowe. Oh, yeah, that is Stowe. And this clean move up the inside, side by side in there. And a great move by the Team Tepa driver. Moving up a position. Rejoin these guys live.
That would be a Team Tepa driver going down position. That's Bennett and Team Tepa coming.
Oh, there's contact! Bennett has spun him! We've rejoined live and they spun each other going into Brooklands. Bennett getting up into the back end of Demeter and he spun Demeter around. Oh no!
I think it's actually saying Bennett didn't expect Demeter to go rather slowly out of left field. Just spun him around.
The replay right now. It looks like Demeter just lost a bit of control and Bennett wasn't expecting him to spin up his tires on the exit of left field. And Bennett just gets to the back end of him. And Demeter gets spun around as well as Bennett.
Yeah, that's an unfortunate accident between the two.
Very unfortunate. And that drops Bennett down into P16 as well as Demeter down into P15. Top 20 get points on track here, and there are 20 cars on track, so we're good with 3 minutes. As Oskamp falls down into P4. Oskamp's fallen. Oh, wait.
Oskamp's made a mistake again.
He's going slow coming into Magus Beckester Chapel.
Oh, don't. Did he do? I'm telling Deja Vu, Oskarshamn did exactly what he did early in the race. It looks identical, almost.
It's, oh my goodness, yeah, he does. Spun on the outside as well.
Actually, both.
Look at his teeth. That was Fassbender as well.
Oskarshamn and Fassbender, two of our fastest guys, spinning out of nowhere. And these are the two people to challenge for Ilbrink in the championship, and all of a sudden Ilbrink is in second, then 6th and 7th. Ilbrink is gonna smile when he finds out about this, because this is gold for him in his championship.
Now with 2 minutes 30 seconds and left in this first race, it is just turning into one of the wildest races. We look at Herman versus Phil Reed battling it out for P4, but the podium is pretty much set, and a wonderful strategy by Paul Ilbrink. They enter 2 laps to go here at historic Silverstone.
Yep, 2 minutes to go. Let's see, why do we have Grossman here? No, fine. Grossman currently going through, just going out of trouble. I think we will have one more lap after this one.
Yeah, we will.
Grossman on the penultimate lap, he's going into stove now, there's a minute and 45 to go. Lap time 130, yeah, that's definitely penultimate lap. He won't, that will only be one lap.
Yeah, we will have one lap to go after this. So I'm still looking at Herman and Reed as they're battling out for P4. Once Grossman crosses that lap, we will rejoin him.
Grossman coming through Littlefield now. Littlefield, Brooklands, into Brooklands, around into Littlefield, I believe. A long right-hander. Oh, just a single king to start the final lap of the feature race here. 40 minutes has been driven, 1 minute remain, and a single lap to go now.
Oh, update on the Herman and Reed battle. Look at who's rejoined the party. That is Rene Osterkamp on the back end of Stefan Herman. We're going to have a last lap shootout between these two.
Osterkamp is going to try hard to get P5 and just minimize the loss to Paul Ulbrink.
Well, he goes around the SimRC Dolphin car with ease. Adam Cobb's coming into Maggot's back into Chapel. And oh my goodness! Phil Reed spun and crashed! I can't believe it. Phil Reed going into Magnus Beckson Chapel has spun and crashed on the apex. Let's take a replay of this. Phil Reed, very easy ground as Herman and Osterkamp. What has happened?
Hey, just lost it into Beckett's. Actually managed to somehow save it and keep it out of the barriers.
Just got the crash on stream right now. He does keep it out of the barriers, but that is very unfortunate on the final lap. And speaking of final lap, I believe that is Grossman. It is Grossman coming around Luffield for one last time. And he is going to fly through Woodcock right now and winning your feature race. It is Simon Grossman for SimRC Dolphin.
Error-free racing from Grossman to win that.
Also, huge strategy from Phil Ulbrink to move up into second place by undercutting. And that is Holstein moving up into... Oh, yeah, Holstein does get in there. And Herman and Oskam are racing each other going to the finish. And he's going to go into the wall.
Yeah,
guys giving the wall a
those cars are
tap.
Flavirani, Thomas. Team Yellow coming over for the P11, P12 with Martin head of as the front pair. Evan Emre gets 12. Utila comes around left field with a single little king to go. He's going to get P13. There is Duff also going through the left field now. That was a spin somewhere. Bennett spun on the final lap, and this time that's P17.
Taking a look at the results right now, it's Simon Grossman taking the win for the SimRC Dolphin team of the feature race. Phil Ulbrink for Radicals Online finishing in P2. They're followed by Holstein for Comrade Gaming, Osterkamp for SimRC, Fassbender for SimRC Solo, Herman for SimRC Dolphin, finishing P7. For Team AOR Orange, that is Phil Reed. He's followed by Kessler, Verarni, Summers, Martinson, Imre, Lucia, Dove, Dominator, Morris, Bennett, and Ryan. And they're followed by Jordan Pierce and the drivers that did not, and Schmidt. The drivers with multiple laps down is Solman, Boucher, Kimi Laursen, and Gadameyer after crashing out, and Satana down 28 laps after that unfortunate start.
I think Santana never actually raced, I think. It was on a lap. Didn't show up for qualifying. Didn't do the race.
Well, after a very hectic first race, I think it's time for a little bit of a break. We'll be right back for race 2 here at Historic Silverstone.
Online Racing is sponsored by Elgato, who created this lovely stream deck. For more information about the stream deck, the link is in the description below.
Howdy, howdy, howdy everybody, and welcome back to a race 2 here at historic Silverstone for round 10. Once again, I am Austin Knight. I'm joined by Simon Laursen. I realize that still says race 2 at race 1. It says round 1, so we're just going to hide that and just show you the guys the track. Simon, how are you doing?
Doing good. Good race one we had. Lots of time all downfield. Sprint race qualifying now. Bit of a different format from the feature race. They have 5 laps and a single lap to do it. So it is do or die essentially. Either you do a lap, or you will have a hard time getting back through the field.
Yeah, we're here in the sprint race. We're in qualifying right now. It's a shorter qualifying. It's kind of a one-lap qualifying, really, here today. Some drivers now setting some lap times. Some of them just starting out. We're looking at Marcel Fassbender, and he's going to take us around a lap of historic Silverstone. Man through Woodcock and coming up down the front straight. Oh. Some weird crap is happening. Okay. This car is there's a connection to me. Okay.
Bit of lag maybe.
It's just flickering for me. I'm like, well, we're not going to do that again.
Yeah. A bit of a minor issue with the connection. It's online, so nothing we really can control.
Nothing is perfect.
That's the attitude.
We're looking at Rene Osterkamp right now. Another yellow car. Current fast time is by Imre, but that was his out lap, and everyone's getting their flying laps settled in. Just 2 minutes left of qualifying. These are one-lap qualifying. They can't do 2. So, Osterkamp coming around left field, and we're going to get an influx of lap times right about now. As they're approaching Woodcock, you can hear all the other car engine going around us as well. Here comes Osterkamp. Across the line. he goes pole. Followed by Grossman, he stops right there. Let's look at Emre. He's coming around left field. Coming into Woodcock. Oh. Laursen goes up into Q4.
Yeah, Laursen wants revenge from last race. Maybe a hole with a bit better goal. Osman is lost in P3 now. Holstein behind him. Let's get times and Herman, Gate and Myers lost in ahead of Laursen as well.
Phil Reed coming off of a unfortunate incident at the end of the feature race where he spun on the very last lap coming out of Magus Magazine Chapel. He definitely wants to put his cars back up there to the field.
I would like to point out, right? The gap from Fassbender in third to Charles Thomas in fifth is 9 thousandths of a second. And they have a car between them.
That is insane. If Phil Reed jumps up into P6. 0.093 seconds. But look at the gap between Summers and... Oh yeah, you just mentioned that. Those Fassbender, Holstein, and Summers. All within...
That's 9
hundredth of a second of each other.
Oh, what? Yeah, 100th. That's 9 thousandths of a second between the two. Between the three cars. And that's from Fassbender to Summers. Holstein is somehow 5 thousandths behind Fassbender, and Summers another 4. How do you get times that identical? Also, further down, from Gedemeyer to Ilbrink.
That's the only answer I have. Just be insanely good.
Yeah. Gedemeyer to Laursen, 14 thousandths. Laursen to Ilbrink, 18,000.
Well, as we look at the grid, it's Oskamp taking pole, followed by Grossman. Fassbender. Everything's just going black for me. That is great. Okay. Got it all fixed. I fixed it. Fassbender in third, followed by Holst. I'm looking at a completely different grid. Okay, don't use that grid. Everyone's gridding up.
Yep. Minute and a half for them to go. Be able to do your last few changes. You need to do in the car.
Yeah.
They have at least do around 17 laps. According to the calculation we have. What we are sure we are is just over 25 minutes of race. Which Grossman, as people are starting to read up the meter for Reid, Morris, and Sloom. No, that's number 2 on the grid now.
This is the right grid. This is the right grid. Okay.
Yeah.
Oskamp in P1, followed by Grossman.
Sloom and
Fassbender with... Fassbender with...
So we just...
Fassbender...
Just waiting for Sloom. How did we do this?
As we look down the grid, I'm not even going to say anything this time. Here's the grid. There. Happy?
Yeah.
Everyone's getting ready. Just only 10 seconds away for the race, and our pole sitters are not here yet.
Our pole sitters here, Osterkamp said, we're just missing Marvin Sluman. At the rear of the field, he's joining in with...
It's 5 red lights!
Green, green, green!
And away they go for the sprint race here in historic Silverstone. All bunched up. Hopefully we don't have another incident like the start. No cars are flipping. Kimi Laursen stays upright this time. And yes, they all get through their...
Everywhere.
All through their...
Playing stop
and that is
everyone.
Fassbender, the car that is flickering in and out of existence right now, and that's what's causing my timing screen to go all over the place.
Cinema 1, 2, 3, leading up. Osterkamp, Grossman, Fassbender, Holstein now some... Not really much has changed as that's what Grossman going for the lead.
And Grossman... Oskamp and Grossman side by side.
That's for the lead of the race.
Yep, that is for the lead of the race. They're still going side by side coming into club. Now Grossman's on the inside. But, oh my goodness, there's a car going wide. That is Charlie Summers. There's still some inside. They're going to go 3 wide, coming up into farm and into bridge. 3 wide on flap 1. What the heck?
Fassbender had to pull out there at the end just to even save himself. While they went 3 wide through that entire stage. Jeez, the ball.
This car is a bit disappearing on our screens. That is the 3rd car that you see as we finish lap 1 and go into the race. It is Grossman beating out Oscam, followed by Fassbender, Holstein, Summers, Reed, Gatorman, Herman, Ilbrink, as they all go out wide into the grass. I think that is Charlie Summers ushering Holstein ahead. It is.
Yeah, Holstein, who's also pressuring Fassbender, who's pressuring Osterkamp, who's pressuring Grossman. I actually pulled up a little bit of a gap down to Osterkamp.
Oh, here.
But yeah, stuff is very.
He might try something on the back end of Summers, but he holds off of it.
As the sun decides to come out here, and lovely little sunshine.
Well, we have a clean start for once.
Yeah. Oh. No one ending up on the roofs or anything like that.
Speaking of Kimmy, he's a P10.
Yeah. He I think he's just having to survive turn 1 once.
Yeah.
With Holstein.
Little gap forming for Holstein to Fassbender.
Oh, Holstein.
Ooh. Summers.
Oh, Someone's looking all over the back of Holstein.
Look at Phil Reed. Look out for Phil Reed, Summers, because he's pressuring you. Little lags coming on. Oscan sets a new fast lap as they're coming into Ops corner. No back ends being lost right here, but they're all front wing gearbox right here.
Yeah, Holstein is the Swiss driver being chased by 2 Brits in Britain. Ooh.
Here at historic Silverstone.
Someone's still trying to put the gate in Maya, though Holstein's teammate is trying to pressure on Phil Reed. Trying to lead it, someone suggested Holstein might. We'll have this last MLC guys, Stefan Herman, with them.
Oh, going wide. That is Charlie Summers ahead of Phil Reed. Well, he's just trying to chase him down, stay on that tail end of Charlie. Oh, rocketing into yeah, it's Brooklands and left field. Oh, there's a car spinning in the back end. That is Kimmy Laursen.
We just and that's back to the garage. That's a tow.
That is.
Yeah, he finally had the clean start, and then he spins. Not the Friday evening that Kimmy Laursen had hoped for. As officially retired by pulling out of the server now.
Yeah.
The day you won.
Not the best races for Kimmy Laursen today.
No, sadly not. That wasn't in the game 5 coverage from the start of the evening. It was Osterkamp. Osterkamp was trying to put the pressure on Grossman again. Oh, to Osterkamp.
Side by side once again. The Sim RC team after that 3 wide. And are they gonna do it? 2 wide again through club. These guys have just been so dominant on this first lap. They all 3 of them pulled out a 1 second gap to Christoph Olsen and the rest of the field.
Yeah, meanwhile, Phil Reed is all over the back of Charlie Summers.
And through the far curve.
Osterkamp around the outside.
Oh, keep it on the track, boys. As they approach Brooklyn.
They do. That's Osterkamp for
Oxcam in P1. Now as Grossman falls behind in P2, but great close racing here by Oxcam, Grossman, and Fastbearer, all the SimRC guys, as Oxcam is actually pulling out a little small lead from his teammates. But speaking of a lead, that is just one insanely. It's all three of them go extremely wide off track.
Oh, that's not what you want. That brings in a Holstein 6-car train close up to them. As they Butler had some kind of issue with his hardware. That forced him into the pits, sadly.
It's very unfortunate for Kimi Laursen with his software failing. We want to focus on the second pack of cars chasing down the SimRC team, since this racing is much closer and not coordinated like the front is. And two, it's just awesome to see this.
Yeah. Nothing is
Oh
Holstein.
my goodness! Bill Reed getting air off the exit of Cops. He actually hopped over the curb and he gets into the air, and that kills his momentum, and that allows Gatormar up into P6 around the outside through Farm Curve and coming into Brooklands and left field. And look at the move into Brooklands. Coming into Brooklands, that is Paul getting the move. Now he's charging it down Phil Reed.
Ooh, that was some lovely move from Phil Reed to take all around the outside of Brooklands of all places.
Insane.
Don't just do that.
And here, Paul is going to try to go for another move right now as they're coming through Cops.
Oh, Herman is looking to try and take that place back from Millring. Right behind through Meggett, Beckett, down into Chapel onto the hangar straight. I mean, it's close enough to get a really nice slipstream to get back past Ilbring. Down into Stowe.
Oh, he's going to make the move right now.
Hold on to the right.
A little bit too early on the brakes right there. And that is Ilbring staying ahead in P8.
Ilbring was trying to save a bit after a somewhat poor qualifying by his standards. Yeah, Ilbring's up P10. You used to see him in the 5 or 4. So it's strange to see him this far down, really.
Go back to fight for the lead. Or fight for second place, really, because Oskams kind of pulled out a little gap to Grossman, but it's in between Fassbender and Grossman for P2.
You know, Phil Reed is right behind Dominic Gainemeyer. That will be Cops. Keeping behind, probably trying to set the move up for. Oh no, Gainemeyer just went wide, which opened off for Phil into Beckett. Or is it Beckett now? I think he's going to keep Phil behind out of Chapel, but Phil's going to have a good run up just up Hangar straight.
He's charging down, he's in the slipstream, he opens it all up, he actually hits the limiter, but he just stays behind Dominant right there as they all race down through Cops. Take a look from the sky-high blimp, way ahead, way above the sky, here at historic Silverstone for the sprint race of AOR Formula 3 Season 2.
Reed through, that's coming into Brooklands now. They're getting right behind Dominic Gainemeyer. Gonna try and set the move up for somewhere, maybe getting down a long setup up down into Stowe, maybe into Cars. So I don't think he get the run on him to do it. No, shouldn't. Oh, he's close. He's close. He's going for it, actually.
Move around the outside, coming into Cops, trying to go for the switchback, though. None of them going wide, but he did get the better exit to Gainemeyer. And going into Magus Beckson Chapel, he is dancing on his gearbox right there.
get out. That was getting me thinking smart. He could see that Phil Reed was coming in fast, and then took the inside line, forcing Phil on the not so desired outside line through corps, which also would help just put Phil offline without sacrificing too much himself. Phil Reed looks like a man who really wants to get back past Dominic in front of him.
Was Herman going extremely wide?
You've had Tesla, Osterkamp's teammate. Well, down actually, he's down in 11th. Trying, like, battling and defending, trying to get past the front run, while still trying to defend through running the meter. And then Morris, if you want to go back down the field, is having a little scrap or P16.
Oskamp is just setting lap after lap, fastest lap, fastest lap, fastest lap. He's getting faster and faster and faster as he's pulling away from the rest of the field. As this massive train, it's just been a Sim RC dominated race. We got Grossman and Fassbender and Oskamp just sitting out front, just doing their own thing. This massive train from Christoph Holsten, Charlie Summers, Dominic Gatormare, Bill Green, Paul Ilbrink, Stefan Herman, Connor R. Ryan, and Kessler. All these guys, and train and all behind them. I'm a little bit fired, but that is Herman at the back of this train. But look at Reed. He's being held up by Gatormare, and Reed just can't get past him.
And Ilbrink is looking to try and get back, getting past and getting some more points for his championship. We saw this with last race as well, Osterkamp staying, like, being really fast. We also saw him make those mistakes towards the end of the race, which cost him a lot. Both him and Fassbender lost a lot because of mistakes towards the later part of the race. We just have passed halfway now. So for their sake, let's hope it doesn't happen again.
Once again, Gatormare going out into the astroturf, picking up some dust. That is allowing Phil Reed to close in on him. One more time through Cops. 11 minutes left in the sprint race here at historic Silverstone.
Yep. That's real nice again. He's probably gonna try and set up a down hanger into Cop if he can do it out of Chapel onto hanger. Let's see if he can get this position needed for it. Fairly long straight here, but I think he passed it so far. No, it doesn't have to show us. That's Harmon going Ilbrink. That's Grossman in the wall. Grossman in the wall. Grossman in the wall. He too was spun out of stove and into the wall.
Here comes Phil.
This P2 out of the race. Grossman just put it in the wall. Oh, Grossman would put it into the wall.
Oh, Grossman put it into the wall.
Yeah. Oh, he spun out of corpse and just smash into the wall.
Alright, gonna look at the replay of Grossman. Nope, he's in the pits for me, so we missed that.
It's a bit further down.
Yeah. I'm not gonna have that, but that is very unfortunate for Grossman right there.
Yeah, that's probably his race over, really. Seeing as he probably has quite a bit of damage, especially to the front and suspension. It was probably his race over, really, by this point.
He is in last, so he just retired.
Yeah. Well, yep, disconnected from server, that's him out. That's not how he wanted. After feature race win, now to retiring. Retiring in the sprint race, not how you want your day to go. At least how you want your sprint race to go after winning the feature.
Now we're looking at Kessler.
Ilbrink has actually gone past the Reed. at some point.
Elbrick's ahead of Reed now, while we were looking at that incident with Austin. And into Brooklyn's, but there's a lot of understeer in Reed's car right there.
Yeah. Might be something setup-wise. So, like, for example, last week at Royal Atlanta, you could definitely see, in general, you can see when people are running different wing settings. Because there's the low, medium, and high downforce level, and then medium has high and low, like a split between low and high. And we do see like those that run really high downforce for Atlanta struggle getting past down the start-finish straight, compared to the people who are running, for example, medium and high downforce, who are having an easier time
Reed
getting
a
past.
massive bit of wiggle outside of Chapel, and he falls down into P8. We were saying that he had a bit of understeer, but then that turned to snap oversteer, and it had a massive, dangerous wobble to Reed, and he got the car regained. But that is very unfortunate for the Team AOR Orange driver for Reed.
Yeah, bit unfortunate to have that. As you mentioned, the car seems to have a bit of trouble with the car. Yeah, no, that's dropping on today. Went from looking to be able to get P5 to now being down to PA. As now Elbring is looking to push on Dominic. Actually, so far this race is looking to be a really good one for Comrade Gaming, with both a P3 and a P5.
Oh, there's crash. That's Stefan Herman spun. It's Herman spun. Look at this replay. Herman, he was racing with Paul. This gets a little bit loose, and on the back end, he gets. What happens here? He's losing on his own. He's lost on his own.
Yeah. Now he's in a little bit of a no man's land between Conor Roy and Patrick.
Yeah, train of Kessler, Marati, and Martinson.
Martinson, yeah. That's the Camerani. Oh, Ryan just lost the car there, which allows for Martin to have a look. That's gonna costly for Ronnie. Lost the rear trying to attack Kessler. Just lost the rear.
They're coming up into tunnel. Coming up through farm curve. Markson looking on the back of Ronnie. He stands on the back, almost goes into the gravel. Somebody visited the gravel earlier on this race, as you can see with the tire tracks in there. But these three cars so close to each other.
Ilpring has just one bit back from gaining. I think it's a sort of stabilizer of the field. When you go down like out of the top 10, you have Martin, Ronnie, Kessler with their thing. You have Domita and Morris, Bennett, Emre. Really just the big fellas right now. I think Martin may be shaving off something to get past Luca Verani out of Chapel. Trying to get the slipstream, the charge down the hangar straight. I think he's too far back, really. Yeah, he's too far back.
Sitting at the back end, unable do anything, but he's probably waiting for one move, because there are 4 minutes left in this race. All races are not one by all moves, as they have a little bit of risky rejoin by Morrison. Almost gets a little bit airborne.
What happened to Stop? That must have had some kind of issue. He's dropped a lot. All of a sudden, he's now being threatened by Dominic Gainemeyer from out of nowhere. Am I really trying to put the pressure on Charlie Summers now?
At Gatormar right now as he's trying to chase down Charlie Summers after a unforeseen incident as they fly through cops right now. Ooh, Gatormar goes into the turf. This is some ground as they're heading into Beckett's and Chapel.
Yeah, Gatormar wanted to get, well, probably to get that force, so the Comrade Gaming, to get the Comrade Gaming free fall with the Holstein within a second of Fassbender now actually, which is interesting. If Holstein gets a move on here, he can maybe get a move in on Fassbender and maybe take P2. Olderbring is also lurking behind Gatormar and someone's looking for him fighting, looking to get his opportunity to get that P4 as well. Minimize the losses to both Fassbender and Osterkamp.
All three of these guys so close to each other. Battle for 4th and 5th. All Ilbrink, Gatormar, Charlie Summers. That is your order from back to 4th. All in the red car. At the tail, trying to close in on Gatormar. As Gatormar is trying to close in on the 350. Charlie Summers.
Oh, great. Holstein within the second now, Fassbender.
And we got
Holstein can challenge for P2. There's still 2 laps to go.
Holstein's closing in on Fassbender, so this is the battle for P2. The top podium spots are racing each other with 2 laps to go. Who's going to bring it home here in historic Silverstone?
You see how Holstein is getting closer and closer. Just going super fast right now. Setting some personal bests. And been catching quite rapidly up to Fassbender. Someone really wants that P2. As Ilbrink is still trying to push on his teammate of Gatormar behind that little trio of Summers, Gatormar, and Ilbrink.
Riding on board with Christoph Holstein as they're going to be entering Brooklands and coming to the last lap, and he's closed in that gap all the way into Marcel Fassbender's gearbox. At the start of this race, if you would have said that the Simrec solo guys would have been caught up, I would have said you've been lying, or you're crazy, or you're just thinking crazy things. But there is Holstein challenging for P2 right now. With 1 lap to go on the last lap, can Holstein close in on Fassbender?
It's gonna be if Holstein he needs to. I don't think he can get close enough down into trouble, so he has to do it. He has to do it into farm. If any place, as Ilbrink and Gatormar is, well, Ilbrink is essentially in Gatormar's gearbox right now, which is going to be another battle to follow throughout this final lap. This battle for P5, Summers has sort of just run away with P4, created a gap of over a second. Look where Ron is also looking.
Looking down from
Ron is also looking for place in the top 10.
These two as they're coming around club right there. Holstein just has to make this the run of the century, but I don't think he can as they're going into farm curve and into tunnel. Yeah, he will not be able to close in on him, and that will mean that your winner.
Oh, Ilbrink takes P12 for P5. Ilbrink takes it on the final.
Oh, they're going so close to each other. Ilbrink unable to do it, and your winner of the sprint race is Rennie Osterkamp with Marcel Fassbender.
They're still side by side. This is going to be close. Ilbrink.
Oh my goodness, they almost. It's going to be Gatormar and Ilbrink. P5 and 6, almost side-by-side finish with each other. A gap of 3.6 hundredths of a second separates 5th and 6th place. But all eyes are on Rennie Osterkamp as he takes the win.
For position being confirmed down Osterkamp, Fossbender, Horsten, Summers, Genowat, Elbring, Reed, Ryan, Herman, Kessler, Verani, Martin, Domito, Morris, Bennett, Emre, Pierce, Staff, Smith, and Sluman. And Josh Krieger for Grossman, Pujula, and Laursen did not finish.
Take a look at the results right now. It is Osterkamp taking the win. I know you just gave a entire run through of it, but I got the graphics, so we might as well use them. As everyone goes in on their in-laps, and as we end it out, is your top 6, Osterkamp, followed by Fassbender, Holston, Summers, Danemeyer, and so close behind him, Ilbrink for P6, finishing 7th through 12th. It's Phil Reed, Connor R. Ryan, Stefan Herman, Patrick R. Kessler, Luca Verani, and Nut Martinez, Martinson. They're followed by Bruno Domita, Daniel J. Morris, Alex Bennett, Evan R.T. Imre, Jordan Pierce 2, and Sarah Dove. Incidents, but the last people on the grid was Alex A. Schmidt, Armin Sloman, Simon Grossman, David Boutier, and unfortunately Kimmy Laursen, who did not finish a single race today.
Yeah, not Larsen's night. Not the one he probably would have wanted. DNS in 2 races, but Osterkamp made up for the mistake he did on lap 1. The mistake he did in race 1.
Well, I believe that. Oh. Interviews.
Yeah.
We'll be right back as we join the interview lobby. Sorry, I've come from the F1 thing, not the other stuff. But after that insane race, get these guys in here.
Yeah, let's get Wycombs was here.
Howdy, 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 Wycombs. How was that?
Hello, everyone.
It's you.
Yeah, two podiums for you. Was it P2? No, P3 and P3. If I remember correctly. How was that race for you?
Oh, it was pretty much perfect, to be honest. Both races, really. I mean, there was nothing in it. I pushed very, very hard, especially in the sprint race, to keep up with Marcel in particular. But it was just a case of always at the start of the stints, we didn't quite have the pace of SimRC, and then towards the end it got a little bit, more even. But it was just nearly impossible to keep up with them at the start of the race all the time. But still, I mean, I think it's been scoring-wise. I think it's been the best week for me so far this season. So I can't complain whatsoever.
Chris, we saw you somewhat catch up to Fassbender towards the end of the sprint race, and then sort of fall back again. Was it just you giving up, or was just Fassbender just showing you shouldn't be this close?
Nah, I think it was a combination of him having a bit more stronger laps towards the end, and me just not quite hitting like these 2-3 amazing laps where I actually closed him in a bit. Like I fell back into these 0.6s and 7s, which I've been doing before that. So that was like my normal pace, but these 0.4s and 5s I did like temporarily, well, they were just there at some point, but there were definitely not laps which I could do consistent. So I think it was fine in the end.
That's good to know. And I see Paul Erbrink has been pulled in here. Paul, that was, I think we could say a little bit of a mixed bag. P2 in the feature, and then P6 in the feature, sprint race, which a very close finish. How was that for you?
Yeah, the first race was quite good, especially when both Simashi, Marshall, and Rene made some mistakes in the first race, which pretty much handed me P2. after I had a good start already in the beginning. But yeah, the second race, I don't know. I had a poor qualifying, although the gap to like the top 5 there was still quite big. So I don't know, like if I'd done a better lap, I don't know how much further forward on the grid I was, but gained some positions. And in the last lap, I think just like Hamilton, I was a bit too nice, giving too much room with Dominic. But yeah, it is what it is. P6, so good points, especially from race 1. So I'm happy.
Yeah, we saw that very, very close finish. You went for the move into, I think, Farmer's Call. And then you would side by side for the rest of the race, essentially, from there. Could you done anything different in that little sequence to maybe gotten your P5?
Well, yeah, I was like ahead for a brief moment, and I should have immediately shut the door, which I didn't. Which is also a bit of self-protection, I guess. But yeah, I could have been harsher, and who knows how it would have ended then. But yeah, I don't know if it would have. It either secured me P5 or it would have cost me a couple more positions, I guess. But yeah, I'm fine with how it went, so I'm happy.
It was a great race for you in the feature race. We saw you go into the pit box earlier than everyone else and actually came out ahead of everyone else. Were you on purpose? Were you trying to go for the undercut?
Not really. Like I took like maybe a little bit less fuel than I do normally, since I tend to go quite long. But I didn't think I particularly pitted any earlier than I would have otherwise. So yeah, I think Rene had some like issue in the lap before he pitted, and other than that, I think I was already in P3 before the stops. But yeah, it worked out well. So.
All right. Well, I think that pretty much sums up today's race. Simon, any closing statements?
No, just good luck for the final 2 rounds of the season.
I meant to the stream.
Oh yeah, well, also to everyone else. Yeah, two good races. Feature race with a bit of excitement, especially with also kind of fast, but having to work their way back through the field, and with the close finish to in the sprint.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for tuning in today. I've been joined by Simon Laursen. I'm Austin Knight, and I hope you guys had a fantastic day, and I hope you guys have a great night.